Are traditional martial arts styles effective in today's time in the streets? Of course they are. Very effective. I don't know all of the martial arts styles and systems by name because it's too many to be named. But fundamentally, most of the major ones that's been around for a few hundred years and even thousands of years, I'm pretty familiar with. However, traditional martial arts systems and styles were created during a certain era where they were very effective for that period of time in which they were created. But it doesn't mean just because they were effective then and developed for that particular time period, it doesn't mean that they don't need some polishing in today's time. This is the 21st century. People are not the same. Methods and attitudes and mentalities are not the same today. Things change and they are always evolving. The way people think, the way people move, the way people create and develop in any culture, it always changes. So we must, in essence, change with the times. So, for example, Taekwondo was created many years ago. It was officially given its name, Taekwondo, in the early 50s. We know it to have astounding high kicks or aerial kicks and even sweeps, even throws and takedowns, powerful leg techniques. We understand this. Jiu-jitsu depends on what school of jiu-jitsu you're talking about. You know, there are different rules or schools of jiu-jitsu specializing in different aspects of fighting. But are they all effective for today? Never limit yourself. Understand this. I say again, as times change, we as individuals must change. So let me use this as an example. Today we live in a gun society. We really do. Even though your martial arts style or system may be effective in a street fight, or pretty effective, because we live in a gun society, doesn't mean that it takes anything away from you as a martial artist to have some gun training. It's just simply an extension of what you've already learned. Because time and chance, you know, we never know. We don't know when that time is going to come, or if it does, God forbid that it does, where a person draws a weapon on you. They may be at a distance that you can't reach them, and your martial arts style and or system is ineffective, totally. But up close and personal, you stand a better chance. I wouldn't advise anyone to try to be a superhero and stop a person with a gun if you are not a seasoned martial artist, and if the time is not right. Just because you have martial arts training doesn't mean that you are invincible. Just because you have martial arts training does not mean that your timing would be right. There is something on the inside of great martial arts practitioners and masters that lets us know when the time is right. It's that it is that it thing, and it just happens all by itself, as one person said. So if you're in a confrontation, it will let you know when it's time to act, react, or respond to a situation, no matter what the situation is. And it will also let you know when the time is not right to succumb to it. But God forbid again that your life is at stake. Every time a person robs you, it's not always for money. They may rob you for money, and that might be their primary motive, and they'll leave the scene. It's happened to me before in a friend's store some years ago. All they wanted was the money. They didn't want to hurt anyone, but they were armed. So now, what about the incidents that occur quite regular, where a person who's robbing you shoots you anyway, fatally even? Do you just want to stand there and succumb, or would you rather die trying to defend yourself and or your family? Something to think about. So again, are martial arts styles and systems effective today? What I found to be true is sometimes we're too traditional. We don't think about the time that we're in, and we want to carry the whole package from feudalistic time, 1,000 years ago, 100, 200 years ago, and bring it to today. And it needs polishing, as I said before. So what I'm really saying is this: we must take our arts, whatever our respective arts happen to be, and make sure we refine our arts to make sure that they are applicable in every scenario, every situation virtually that we can be faced with in today's society. That's how you tackle it. You don't just assume that because this art is 1,000 years old, it's effective all the time. People matter. Sometimes it's the individual that's learning the art. You can have two individuals studying the same art with the same amount of time, and one person probably will have grasped the art internally much better than the other person, and all they have really done was copy by rote, just mimicking techniques and really not understanding the arts. It's more than just the surface what you see. It's more internal than anything. That's it. That's all I had to say. Let me know what you think. This is Brother Teacher.